All right, hi fourth graders. We are back for day 2 of lesson 37. We are still working with partial products. You can pause, and then when you're ready with your table of contents, we'll flip to those note pages for today. We have 2 of them. And on day 1, you can see that we are going to do 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication using just partial products today. So yesterday we compared area model and partial products. Today we're just going to stick with partial products. I'm going to remind you, and we're doing just one this way, where we are using our place value words. So this looks like our unit form. I'm going to write that up here so we remind ourselves. This is unit form when I have the number and the word for our place value. So remember with me that I'm going to always start with this digit in the ones place on the bottom. And that's worth 3 ones. And I'm going to multiply it by this 5 ones. And when I take 3 times 5 ones, I get 15. Okay. Now I still have 3 ones that I need to work with, because now my 3 ones needs to travel over here, and that is 4 tens. Now because it's a 10, I know it has a 0, and 3 times 4 equals 12. Our goal with partial products, I'm going to remind you of this really quick, is to remember our place value of every digit. Okay? I'm also going to remember our 0 trick. That is extra helpful with that 0 trick and our basic facts. That's what I'm looking for in this partial products. Okay? All right, let's come back. My 3 has traveled to the 5, and my 3 has traveled to the 40. Now I want to work on this 2. But it's not just a 2, it has 2 tens times my 5 ones. So because it has 2 tens, I know there's a 0, and 2 times 5 equals 10. Okay. Now I'm not done with this 2 tens. It also has to travel to this 4 tens. Well, because they both have a 10, I know that that's 2 zeros, and 2 times 4 equals 8. Now I'm ready to add up my 4 partial products. In my ones place, I'll have 5, and my tens is 3, and my hundreds is 10. So I have 1,035. Nice job, we're plugging right along. Now we're going to do another one. This time you'll notice that in our parentheses I am just going to be looking at the value of each digit without that place value word, without our unit form. Okay, so I have 50 times 31. Okay, so I'm going to start with this digit down here at the bottom, and I'm going to say 1 times 0. 1 times 0, and I know that is 0. Now I'm not done with my 1, because now I need to do 1 times, be careful, because if you said a 5, you're close, but it's in the tens place, so it's really worth 50. So I see an extra 0, I'm going to write my 0, and then 1 times 5 equals 5. All right, my 1 digit has traveled where it needs to. Now I can focus on this 3. And the 3 is really a 30, and it has to travel over and multiply by 0. Well, I know, fourth graders, that anything times 0 is 0. Now my 30 can travel here, and it becomes 30 times, oh, you said it, 50, because it's the tens place. I see 1, 2 zeros, so let's write our 2 zeros. And then my fact that's left is 3 times 5, and that is 15. Now I have all 4 partial products. Notice, fourth graders, that, man, 2 of them are zeros, because I had that 0 in my digit here, in my number that I was multiplying. Okay? So I have 0 in the ones, I have 5 in the tens, 5 in the hundreds, and 1 in the thousands. 1,550. You guys are doing great. Fourth graders, you'll notice that it has helped for me to show you with two different colors. If that is helping you to take notes, you can do that as you are learning and practicing. It also helps to do one as a circle. And then I've been boxing the next digit so that I can see the difference of when it's time for me to switch. So let's flip over and work on our next problem. Our next one is 67 times 43. All right, so remember the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to circle this digit, and I'm going to focus on it first. And it's 3. Its value is 3, and my 3 is going to multiply first by that 7. And I know that 3 times 7 equals 21. Now my 3, it's still just worth a 3, is going to travel here to the value of this number is 60 because of that tens place. So I see one extra 0, and now my basic fact of 3 times 6 is 18. This is why we're giving you grid paper, 4th graders, so that we can keep everything lined up. Now my 3 has been finished, so I switched my color, and now I'm going to box this digit so I can show that I'm ready to move over. Now this is not just a 4, it is worth 40. And that 40 is going to travel first to the 7. So 40 times 7. I see one extra 0, and I know that 4 times 7 is 28. That was my basic fact. Now my 40 is not finished yet, because now my 40 needs to travel to the, you said it, 60. So I see 2 extra zeros, and 4 times 6 is 24. 4th graders, you may be noticing that there are patterns in partial products. Okay, we are getting some understanding of those patterns, especially when it comes to our zeros. No zeros, 1 extra 0, 1 extra 0, 2 extra zeros. So let's add together. In my ones I have 1. 2 plus 8 equals 18. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 equals 8. And in my thousands I have 2. So my answer is 2,881. All right, guys, here's our last problem we're going to work on. 88 times 79. Okay, so I'm going to focus first, remember, on this digit, and I'm going to circle it. I know the value of this digit is 9 because it is in the ones place, and first it travels to the ones place times 8. And I know that 9 times 8 equals 72. Look at us practicing with these larger digits. You can do it, friends. Now I'm not finished with that 9, so now I'm going to do 9 times, well, that 8 isn't just a plain old 8, it is 80. I have 1 extra 0, and look at that, I just did this fact. 9 times 8 equals 72. Now that 9 is done, so notice I changed my colors, and remember now I'm going to box this digit to show the difference. Now this digit is not a 7. It is in the tens place, so it's worth 70. And it's going to send first over here to the 8 in the ones place. And I know there's 1 extra 0. And 7 times 8 equals 56. Now I have one more place to go. This 70 needs to be multiplied by 80 because it's in the tens place. 2 extra zeros with me. And again, 7 times 8 equals 56. I have all 4 partial products. I am ready to add them together. So in my ones place, I have 2. In my tens place, 7 plus 2 plus 6 is 15. In my hundreds place, 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 1 is 19, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So my answer is 6,952. So 4th graders, this is one more strategy for you to be comfortable with and to be able to multiply double digit by double digit numbers. Great work today.